that time did you study with your Sifu? Did he have many students? Or did you learn in the school by him or privately? Or?
Not private. No, he was an old man. He retired already. When I went to him, he was 59 years old.
So you studied at his home?
Yeah.
At his home. Privately. Okay. And how long you studied under him precisely?
I stayed beside him from 1982 until the last moment of his life in 1997. But when I learned 6 months, he told me to practice teaching. I said, still early. I said, learn from teaching. And then I started teaching my students now. And at the same time, I learned from other people.
Yeah, you learn most by teaching. And did you ever go to China to see Chinese?
Yes, I've been to Fukchang.
So, in your opinion, what is the difference between the Vietnamese Wing Chun and the Chinese Wing Chun? The characteristic, what makes it different?
Interesting. First, we have to know the difference between the Chinese schools, Chinese Wing Chun branches.
Let's say, for example, the most famous one, let's say is the Yip Man branch. Because my opinion, when I see the Vietnamese systems in these past days, it's more soft. The Vietnamese system is more, a little bit more soft and fluid, more fluid. That's my observation.
You're right. You're right.
So, you
I
are the same.
I quite agree. Actually, there is the certain reasons to explain why you can see the differences between the Wing Chun in Hong Kong and Vietnam and China. It depends very much upon the teaching from the teachers. Circumstances require people to use what is the proper, but the appropriate. People can cut what's not necessary, can add what's active.
Yes.
We can find this similarity in movements, and one thing we should know where it comes from. If we don't have the origin of knowledge, we cannot know where it comes from.
Yes.
And how far it will go further. It can go further.
Yes.
How can it be newly created? I need the knowledge. I very respect the classical knowledge because we have to grasp it.
Yes.
Carefully, details. We have to understand the ancient time, and then what we can use, it's up to us now and for future. Because also society is changing, but we should know the origin, and we can feel quite free to use what we need.
Yeah, we don't know where we're going if we don't know where we came from, basically.
I quite agree with you. We are going, but we have to look back to see if we are going in the right direction. If we don't look back, we just look forward. We can
lose the way.
Yeah. We can go, but in which way? Usually we want the right way. Usually we want, but wrong way of. I don't want to decide. I don't want to comment, but the way that we go from this origin to this, we have to look back. This we can turn here and don't look back.
Yes. So nowadays, we are in 2012 now. So nowadays, the situation of Wing Chun in Vietnam, how do you see it? You see a future, you see it deteriorating because the people have interest more in other things. You see, I was in the hotel and I see football on the television, European sports. You know? It's also my feeling in Hong Kong makes me sad, you know, because I lived a long time of my life in Europe, and then I went to live in Hong Kong because of my passion of Kung Fu. But in Hong Kong, the Hong Kong people, they care actually nowadays more about the European sports, you know, the Western sports. So Kung Fu, the level of Kung Fu is going down. How you see that in Vietnam?
You know, that's the reality. What is Kung Fu? We have to define it. Kung Fu is the skill to kill people. Now, can you kill people? No. No. That means
We can, but we go to jail. We end up
so what we practice for to jail? No. But we have to find what is still useful, what people still need it from that knowledge for modern life.
Yes.
For modern life. I quite agree with you that the killing skills nowadays cannot be emphasized. We cannot teach people to kill people. No, we cannot.
Yeah.
We have to teach people how to live to have a good life, to have encouragement, to have a strong mind,
Better health.
better health, good behavior. But we have to keep the original, the classical teachings. We have to. Otherwise, we will find a way, and then we can take something from sports, something to teach.
Yes.
No. Keep what the ancient people left for us. Secondly, find the most useful skills for modern life. Health, for mind, to be sensitive, to live, to work with very strong duration in work, especially mind work, not only muscle work.
Yes.
That's modern life. That's what we here emphasize. And for fighting, we have to use, but it's certain section, not the whole knowledge.
Yeah, that's what I think is maybe the people nowadays in Asia, they look at Kung Fu too much from the point of fighting, and then they think it's not useful anymore today. So they lose interest. They don't know the Kung Fu have the philosophy, the health, and the fighting. It's like they call it three treasure of Shaolin. But now many Chinese parents, they don't think of putting the child to Kung Fu because they associate it with fighting and criminal behavior.
Right.
Not knowing the philosophy, original philosophy, and the health aspect of the martial art. Yeah.
You know, to teach such things, I mean such very good things, we should have good teachers.
Yes.
And the teachers should be the mirror. They have to live in such a way.
Yes.
People just believe his words when they saw him, they see him or saw them living in such a way, behave in such a way, have good life,
Yeah.
good family,
Yeah.
rich life. We have to teach people. But first, I just teach my students that don't believe in my words. If you can find what I cannot do, don't believe.
Yeah.
I am a business student.
Yeah.
I have to work. I have to live. I have almost 400 employees two factories. I work with Canadian people. I have back home, I just treat patients. I have medicine knowledge.
You're Chinese doctor, right? Chinese medicine?
Chinese
Yeah.
medicine. That is what, yeah. And after that, I teach people to live. First, how to live. Don't teach how to fight. No, how to live.
Yes, I agree.
It's better. And then, you know, because I am strongly affected by the ancient assets from Buddhism, from Confucianism, from Taoism.
Yes.
Then, you know, I just live in such a way with modern life. I can mix it in perfect way.
Of course.
Perfect way.
Yeah.
It's simple. And then people just believe. If I don't live such a way, people will not believe.
Yeah.
I can't understand what you see and your comments are about the Kung Fu, right? People want to fight, and then they just look Kung Fu in such a way. People want to have good health, and they live in such a way. What else? What they need, they go find. But we have a lot. We can teach different things, aspects. Then the teacher should have good knowledge. Well trained.
I think it's enough for the interview. I think the viewer have a good idea about your personality, how you think about the Kung Fu martial arts. So I want to thank you for this interview.
You're welcome.
Thank you.